knock Dudu in, but not in range of the turret. And now Morgan is very low, and guess who's here on fleek?
He knows, and he has flash.
He does have flash, but not enough to get away from red buff. Wukong has a nice first blood in the top side here for on fleek.
Flash is traded. Dudu's going to get a plate here, so, you know, in the exchange here of plate for plate, it's actually going to be multiple going over to Dudu. Hannah, I believe, got one bottom side while this was happening, but okay, yeah, once the Sivir portrait moves, we can confirm, yes, he did pick that one up. But this is a way better trade for Hanwha Life Esports, and they have Herald, of course, to further gold. Have to take this fight.
They're kind of looking for it here, but not committing to it, so that is going to be the second Drake once again to Fred Brion. And what is the soul? Oh, it's Mountain Soul 3 times in a row. As that engage, not really going to do much, but they are going to burst it onto Delight, and a fantastic Crescent Guard is going to get Vsta into a terrible spot, and Henna's having a bit of a Zeri moment as well. The front line here, double kill for Henna, and the rest of Hanwha Life has to run away, and they're not even going to get away, at least Chunny will not, able to hand that kill over to Lava. That even looked like it was a little bit of a shutdown as 100 extra gold goes into his pockets, and a huge swing goes in Fred Brion's favor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the other regions, so they're always happy to hear from us. But yeah, this is a very poor engage from Vsta, unfortunately, but they still are able to say, okay, we're going to do something. We're going to try to look for our moment here. But why not on the Drake? Why not use the Gwen teleport angle here way better, set up for a fight, and actually take a 5v5 where you could use all of your ultimates together in a coordinated fight instead of flashing over the wall with a Nautilus ultimate into a choke point.
Yeah, and waiting for Morgan to just walk down and be there. Umti immediately backs off. Certainly a smart decision for him. As now it is all about this mid control, hanging around the objectives as there's the engage, pretty big, the Wukong and the Galio, but it is mostly onto Umti. Everybody else is going to flash away, and the re-engage is huge, of course, from the Rakan. Zeri Penta, anyone? Anyone up for some Zeri Penta moments? Because we have... Nope, Umti's just going to steal that one away, never mind. As it is still going to be a very one-sided team fight here in favor of Fred Brion. It looks like they'll just give that kill over to Lava instead. No need for the Penta, as that one is already given away. Fred Brion now will go ahead and take the Baron.
This was the best fight I think Hanwha Life Esports was ever going to get as well. And it's a 4-kill going over to Fred Brion. No Penta, sadly, not even a Quadra. But like you have Wukong, Cyclone, follow-up ult from Karis. But look at the damage and the knock-up here from Delight. Look at Henna's health bar. He's got a shield on top of it. He's so full of health. No one's going to hurt him. I don't even know if he really needed to flash there, but he was like, if I don't flash this, I can't get a Penta. There's 0 chance. So he flashes it. Yeah. Otherwise, he just doesn't even need to use it. He doesn't care because the rest of his team is there to peel for him. And I think it just goes to show this composition, again, from Hanwha Life needs to be at least at an even game state, or it's just going to be disastrous. Because the setup engage there, on paper, was very good, but they just don't have enough damage. They're so far behind. They don't get Delight. You could just, of course, hold them.
And we're going to try to kill the Gnar here as they are throwing everything into Morgan, who is going to go down. I guess mainly because Henna was not there. And so, actually pretty nice timing because it is only 30 seconds until this Mountain Drake.
Yeah, it's actually really nice timing for them. Morgan doesn't have teleport, doesn't have flash, which maybe at Worlds we'll get something.
Yeah. This was a very interesting decision to just teleport right on top of the Wukong.
Well, I mean, the rest of his team is fairly nearby, but as you mentioned, right as this happened, Zeri was not. So they don't actually commit. It's Umti and Lava who are like, not going in on that.
Their turn very strong here with the Mega Gnar nearing completion, but especially the Rakan. Here comes the defensive Galio ultimate, actually very nice. The backside is getting hounded here by Hanwha Life Esports, but the Zeri is still alive. Everything else is kind of going to shambles, but that doesn't matter because Henna has full health. And Chunny not really able to get into that back line and do enough damage, as Lava as well is still around here. Actually getting burst down, but not bursted enough. As Lava will survive just barely with that shield. And both Victor and Zeri still 0 deaths.
Yeah, just barely for Lava there, getting the extra shielding. Will survive with the Lich Bane, third item he's chosen. Has a lot of chase power there, but was turned on as, like you mentioned, this fight is very poor for Frederick Brion. But Henna is level 16, he has a GA, and he's in a choke point, and he's untouched. So even though the rest of this fight is very poor, look at Omni, he does basically nothing in this fight. Dudo is zoned out, Morgan gets his Narbar. It's stopwatches really that actually turn this around and win it. What Frederick Brion, they have more money.
What could go wrong going all in onto a Gwen that has a Galio on her team? In a tiny little choke point. They saw blood in the water, they have a recon, and they decided to do it. And as you were kind of mentioning, I think their lead is really what won them that fight.
I mean, it's hard for us to be like, oh, Frederick Brion, this fight was so poor when they're this far ahead and they're still going to win the game anyways. But game one, a lesson to be learned there is, once again, Hanalife trying to set up for this fight. Down the Galio ult, really tough to actually force this one without it, and they just didn't have enough space to work with there on respawn coming over. Will push a wave into this turret, but that's all they're going to get. Baron goes over to Frederick Brion. They have Mountain Soul. And I think this game is going to go a little bit longer because there's no moment where Frederick Brion can just end the game here with this composition. They have good siege, but it's not like they could just walk down and all in on Hanalife and take down the Nexus turret. So we might actually have one more fight here on this Elder Drake.
Yeah, and it's the Frederick Brion play.
But these two 4, 0, and 7 carries is kind of hilarious how they have the exact same scoreline, no deaths like you mentioned. They are ahead right now, but there's still a way if you fight like Frederick Brion did in the last fight, your target selection is poor, there's a small chance Hanalife Esports win it. So I usually don't like to do this as a commentator, there's always a chance, but game one,
it's never over.
Game one, over. They came back and they did win. So
the teleport ward is behind them. Taking a look at Frederick Brion's vision and their 10,000 gold lead. Doesn't look like we have the teleport happening here from Karish just yet. And here we go. As I say that, it begins.
All right, he does not have flash. So we'll, of course, have to have a really long flank angle here. They're looking to try to punish Frederick Brion on the push, just like game one. But this inhibitor is basically free, and I don't think he can actually engage the scene. And the time it takes for him to get here is going to take so long that Frederick Brion should just be able to link up with Morgan in the mid lane. He's going to get that inhibitor this time without dying. You have to imagine, I'm getting real flashbacks from game one, but it's just not going to happen. He gets the inhibitor and he can just group up with the rest of his team now.
Yeah. And, we did see it once, the Wukong and Galio engage, but doesn't seem like they feel confident enough to do it again. As Delight just trying to tank it up here. Frederick Brion with the utmost safety. They will finally push into the second inhibitor. Will they take it is the question. Umpty's like, come on, guys, I want to engage.
Baron, 40 seconds left on it. They might be able to, if they can get Morgan over here with a Narbar, try to look for an actual team fight here to end it. But they will have so much control over the map regardless.
All right, and they're just going to push mid here. Nice follow flash, or response flash, I should say, from Lava. He does have his Zhonya's. They're trying to get in the backline, but the peel is just too much. As Zeri will pick up yet another kill there. Nice follow-up engage here from Umpty. This one is over. Frederick Brion will just clear up the rest of Hanalife Esports here. As Lava's like, do not end the game. I have a job to do. As he does not have flash. And maybe Hannah can get to him. Nope.
Lich Bane value.
There you go. The laser and the follow-up Q will get it done. 5-0 and 10 at the end for Lava. And down goes the Nexus. Frederick Brion. They get the job done slowly.
One thing we'll criticize here for Frederick Brion tonight, we won't say it matters going into the playoffs because they're not going there, but if this roster sticks together, we're hoping to see a little bit more cleanliness in those late game fights when the win conditions have already been met. But still, very great early to mid game.
He's like, I'm not going to end the game. Get the kill.
안 되면 그냥 끝낼게.
안 되면 끝낸다.
Morgan's like, actually, I'm gonna end the game.
아,
He's like, if you can't get it, I'm just gonna end it.
나이스. 오케이.